Hi guys, welcome back to another William Street Gym training tip video. Today I want to discuss something that's becoming very popular at the gym at the moment, which is sparring. So it's really great to see a lot of you guys learning and practicing your skills during the week and then coming in on our sparring night on Friday night and testing your skills. A couple of things I want you to really think about before coming to sparring, and it doesn't matter how long you've been training, I want you to keep that in mind. Number one thing is make sure you're getting enough training done during the week with partner work, bag work, pad work, and your fitness level and conditioning is good enough that when you come to sparring on Friday night, you can build that and build your sparring conditioning and skills. So if you're not training enough during the week and you're coming on a Friday night and you're not in condition to spar, that's not going to be good for your skill development, definitely not going to be good for your brain. Number two, make sure when you're coming, you're prepared. Make sure you have your mouth guard, your 16-ounce gloves, your headgear. Those are essential things when you're coming to sparring, guys. We can't spar with small gloves or anything like that, and you want to make sure you got a mouth guard. There's no mouth guard, no sparring. Finally, make sure you're well rested and you're well fed and hydrated before you come to training. Sparring can be quite challenging, and I don't want you to spar when your body's not feeling great and your head's not in the right space. Those things aside, here's some things I want you to really focus on when you're at sparring. Number one, make sure you get in and you warm up. Okay, you're receiving impact, you're throwing shots, and sometimes you're missing them, whereas in normal training, you've always generally got a target to hit, whereas sparring, you can throw shots, miss them, and those things sometimes expose your body to a lot more chance of injury than just normal training. Number two, when you come to sparring to help develop your skills and become a better boxer, not to come in and try to win fights. Sparring training isn't fight training. You're not coming in just to fight, you're coming in to develop your skills and get better for actual fights, for actual boxing fights, for amateur fights, for inter clubs, whatever you want to do, and get better at your skills. So when you're coming in, that's your primary goal. It's not, you're not coming in for war. Most of you guys, when you're sparring, you're doing that really, really well. One of the big things I want you to focus on when you're here is that if you're working with someone who's a lower level than you in boxing, I want you to try to work your weakest skills that you can, stuff that you really want to work on. So if you're particularly good at one or two things and you've got that over someone who's really new to sparring, I don't want you to spend the whole night doing that over and over and over again. That's a good time for you to practice stuff that you might not be as good at. Maybe you're not good at infighting. That's the time to go in and put some time in and work that, because you're basically handicapping yourself and making the sparring session a bit more even. That way, you get better and they have a better chance of doing stuff as well. Number two, when you come in, try to have things you want to work on that you've struggled with in the past. So if you're coming in and every session that you've been in here, your guard fails or there's a bad, like you're not reacting to a certain shot, come in and focus on that. It's one of the good things I learned when I did some Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu training, was that you put yourself in a disadvantaged position or you take yourself in positions that you suck at and you practice those. Obviously with Jiu-Jitsu, there isn't head trauma as much. Boxing there is, but our sparring is pretty controlled, and again, it's not a fight, it's a learning environment. So if every week you come in and you struggle with a certain thing, come in and focus on that. You should be practicing your skills during the week, and then when you come in, try to apply those. If you haven't been controlling the ring well, make sure you come in for 4 Fridays in a row and you focus when you're in the ring sparring, that you work on your positioning in the ring. Then take that feedback from the session and apply it back to your training. If you develop that loop where you come in and try stuff, see what you lack, and then you develop it during the week and you come back and test it again, you'll constantly improve. If you keep doing the same thing and don't work on it, your sparring is going to really slow down and your development is going to slow down. Remember, these are all learning opportunities. Whether you're sparring or fighting or training, these are all opportunities where you can develop yourself and move along as a combat sports athlete. Try those. If you have any questions, guys, please let me know. But again, most important thing, make sure you're fit and ready to spar. Don't come in if you haven't been putting in the time into the normal classes, guys. Sparring, you do develop sparring fitness, but it's not the time to come in and get fit fighting. Train during the week, come to sparring, and increase your level of fitness and your skill set. Thanks, guys.